Great shows to the Minnesota State Fair Grandstand. Weird Al Yankovic.
Feels like the first time.
We'll be there August 28th, and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Sweet Home Alabama.
On August 29th, get the complete details on all of our upcoming shows on the concert page at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Couple 13-14 past. Hour number 2 begins, as always, with a little 5-3-4.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Brought to you by Willow River Company. Question number 1.
We're gonna win, Twins, we're gonna score.
It's now time to delve deep into Twins territory.
Crack out a home run, shout a hip hooray! Cheer for the Minnesota Twins today.
All right, Common, which performance in the Twins' 9-6 win over the A's in Sacramento last night sticks out to you the most? A, Kalen Culpepper had 4 hits and is now hitting .340 in 14 games. B, Byron Buxton, who entered the game on a 4-for-45 slump, went 3-for-4 with a double and a walk. Or C, Zebby Matthews gave up just 1 run on 6 hits over 7 innings, walking 1 and striking out 7.
They're all good. I mean, the Culpepper's a nice story. Youngster, playing well. He's the next Louis Arise. We'll trade him for a pitcher. If we are going to entertain ideas of grabbing that third wild card spot, and there's no reason we shouldn't. Are we still only like a game out of it?
I think we're 2 out of a wild card.
2 out of a wild card. Not too much to overcome, though there are other teams that are neck and neck with us, but it's not like we have to leapfrog a couple 13-14 teams. So we need a Byron Buxton that's healthy, wealthy, and wise. Well, he's wealthy already. He's wise, and I think he's relatively healthy now. I think he's still probably nursing some bumps and bruises, but we need a productive Byron Buxton. And is Joe Ryan, is he still, like, when was the last, has he pitched lately?
He hasn't. I thought I had seen him, like playing catch, kind of in the introductory stages of getting back, but I don't know how close he is now.
Because, our 2 best pitchers on the roster, both aren't pitching. And Lopez has been gone for the entire season and will continue. He's not coming back this year. Lopez is gone, Ryan's gone, so we're just hanging on. Prelip hasn't been, his first few starts, I don't know, a handful, 6, 7, he was really pretty good, but he's struggled a bit. We need Zebby. We need Obes, over and out, and so it's nice to see, again, if you pick and play defense, give yourself a chance to win the ball game. Hubba. So that's good. So those are all, maybe even more important. Speaking of leapfrogging, pole vaulting, all of those would be, we got an Oswald on the schedule. It's nice to play the Athletics because I don't know if they have the worst record in Major League Baseball, but it's one of the
They do in the American League, I know.
Yeah, and so it's good to have them on the schedule because I did not
They're
watch.
half game out of the worst schedule in baseball, which is your Colorado Rockies.
I did not. Did the Rockies win the World Championship just a few years ago?
No.
Or am I wrong? Why did I think they did?
No.
Were they ever in a World Series not too long ago?
A while ago, maybe.
Has it been a long time?
Back in the Larry Walker days, maybe?
That long ago? I guess I'm not paying as close attention to Major League Baseball as I once did. Certainly not the Colorado Rockies. What was I going to say? Oh, the schedule makers. That's probably better. When you play Oswald, it gives you a better chance to win, so that's good.
Question number 2. It's time now for a look at the Lynx.
Yeah, the Lynx failed in their first attempt to clinch the number 1 seed, losing to the Golden State Valkyries 80-66 last night at Target Center. Lynx turned the ball over 18 times. Golden State held the Lynx to a season-low 66 points and 35.1% shooting from the field. Common, any concerns with last night's Lynx loss?
I'm off the bandwagon, I think. I don't know. Could this be the beginning of the end? I mean, generally you say every team deserves a clunker. I don't think it's anything to be too concerned with. Did Olivia play last night?
She did. Courtney Williams did.
Courtney Williams did not.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Valkyries, too, knowing that we were clinchable if we win the game, right? So my guess is they're in their life. The players and coaches do whatever they can to try to give themselves a psychological edge. And one would be, we're not going to let them clinch with us. Ain't going to happen. Anybody want to watch them clinch on their home floor and celebrate while we lose? Not going to happen here. So they gave it the old college try. And it doesn't concern me. And now if it becomes a habit, then yeah, get back to me. But right now, no. It's how about you? Does it bother you at all?
They've been so consistent and so dominant all season long. Maybe they're at the point where they're a little bored. I don't know, which has happened before. It's that time of the year.
Question number 3. It's time now to consider the course.
The PGA Tour's future postseason will include a championship series finale, a 72-hole stroke play tournament that will finalize the points list and then determine a season-long champion, followed by the top golfers competing in match play over 2 weeks in a reimagined tour championship. The new postseason will make its debut following the 2028 regular season. Common, do you like the new PGA championship idea?
Explain it again.
I don't know. I've read it a couple times. I don't know if I fully comprehend it.
Give it to me.
It sounds like they're going to do... Because I don't understand how points are going out. It's more than even what I just relayed to you reading it. They're doing like a tournament with the top 90 are getting a tournament. And then I know at some point, the top 32 will move into like another portion of the tour championship.
Okay.
In which I think they'll play stroke play to determine the top 16. And then from there, the top 16 will play a match play tournament by the time you get down to number 1.
I really don't care what they do because by this time I'm probably in the minority here. I'm not a big Ryder Cup guy, President's Cup guy. I like the individual and I like the majors. I like when it's the 4 biggest tournaments of the year and who can rise to the occasion. Masters, Opens, and PGA Championship. This FedEx Cup thing, that's what they're doing now, right? Who's going to be the champion afterwards? The one thing they did do, I think, for this year, remember when they would do this, whoever was the top one, he'd get like a 2-stroke lead going in. Have you heard of anything ridiculous. More preposterous in your life? It's it's already tough enough beating Scotty Scheffler. You're going to give him a couple. It's like playing with a handicap system.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say, well, you play as a 1, you play as a 4, and when on the 4 toughest holes, if you make a bogey, you get a stroke and you really get a par. I mean, have you ever heard of anything more ridiculous in your life?
The fans aren't going to pay attention because 80% of the tournament's already eliminated when it starts.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So it makes no sense at all. So I guess they can do what they want. I don't understand it any more than you do, probably even less. Well, so I don't.
I will say I've never watched FedEx Cup. I've never watched a tournament. It's never done it. Obviously, the timing of it as well when you're up against football at that stage is tough. But I've never cared about it because it's not like it feels like a real championship. I don't know if this will be the right way, but I do think at least this is. It's worth making changes to. And I've always liked match play. I know that the argument against match play is, well, now you have the chance for more boring television, right? Because if you have it's not like if you're watching the Masters, at any point, one of the 40 golfers that are golfing in the last 2 days could make a great shot. There's always action, whereas match play, you're going to have a little bit more downtime in between.
Yes.
Obviously, and there could be. Guy could basically be done by the 12th hole as well. But it's kind of U.S. amateur, right? I mean, don't they do that for the U.S. amateur where all the amateurs play stroke play to qualify to the match play portion of it?
Which is why I don't. That's why I don't like match play because when you get to the United States amateur, they're playing for 3rd place as well. They just go back and forth between the two, and if it's match play. They both hit their tee shot, then there's all that downtime. Yes. Now they have to walk to their ball and throw up the grass and take a look and talk to their caddy. And whereas in a real tournament, they're going, let's go to 12, back to 13. No, that'd be up to 13. Let's go to 17, back and forth. So, yeah, it doesn't.
The other interesting thing I saw, and I don't remember where I got this off of social media, they're planning on having it be at non-traditional golf courses, and Interlaken was mentioned as one of the possible courses.
Someone just sent that to me.
So that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Above average at that.
That would be.
Question number 3. And now it's time to go in the trenches.
Bill Barnwell of ESPN.com had a column today about the 5 NFL teams that are most likely to decline in the 2026 season. Here's who he chose. The Chicago Bears, Denver Broncos, Jacksonville Jaguars, Carolina Panthers, and the New England Patriots. So my question for you, Common, which of those 5 do you believe is the most likely to decline?
I really wasn't listening. I was waiting for my chance to talk. Dolly Parton's died today.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's what it says. Hold on. It says, legendary singer-songwriter Dolly Parton has died at age 80. Her career spanned decades and included Grammy wins, film roles, and later in life a musical inspired with her life titled Dolly. She was preceded in death by her husband of more than 60 years, Carl Thomas Dean, who died in March 2025. No cause of death has been revealed yet. And, yeah, so that's what it says from People. Because I check people.com twice a day. I got that advice from Little B, so that's the story I see on People. But it was weird because when I first Googled her name and looked at her Wikipedia page, she didn't have a death. And usually they get that right away, so I don't know, but that's what apparently the word is. So sorry about that. You were asking about
the 5 NFL teams most likely to decline this season. So Bill Barnwell wrote the Bears, Broncos, Jaguars, Panthers, and Patriots. So which of those 5 do you think is most likely to decline?
That's a good question. The thing is, I don't know enough about what I don't pay attention to AFC football to begin with, so I don't know. Panthers are NFC.
They're
but
NFC.
I still don't pay attention to them. I know most people, I think the Bears. Did you tell me, or was it somebody else that you kind of think the Bears will take a step back?
I think I'll take a step back, but I don't think it'll be a major. Okay. I don't think they're going to be 5-12 all of a sudden. I'm just, in terms of them winning the division, I could see them dropping a couple games. Yeah, I think the Bears will be really good again. Was it Denver on that list? I don't know. You're probably better plugged in for some. Who do you think? I mean, of the 5, I think the team that's least likely would be Jacksonville, actually. I'm actually pegging them to win the AFC South this year.
Really?
Carolina, they made the playoffs last year, but it's not like, were they even 500? They were like a game under 500, or, did they get into 8, 9, or 9? It's not like there's a lot of room for them to decline. So I think it comes down to Bears, Broncos, Patriots. I do wonder, Patriots had a very favorable schedule last year. That's going to change. I don't know how much of the Mike Vrabel offseason stuff will be any kind of distraction moving forward.
I wouldn't think.
I would expect a bounce back from Buffalo. And, Denver, I could see a bounce back from Kansas City. I could see the Chargers win that division. I think I would take Broncos or Patriots. I think I would choose Broncos.
All right. Go Eagles. E-A-G-L-E-S.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
Brought to you by our friends at Willow River Company. They're your outdoor living experts. They're a family-owned operation. They treat you like family. They'd like you to join. Tree care, general tree care is very important for your property. They're a valuable part of the landscape. Sometimes there's disease. Maybe it's a pest problem. Maybe a nutrient deficiency. It can be difficult to know how to give your trees the care they need. They know how to do it at Willow River Company. They have over 10 certified arborists on staff that know how to properly care for your trees. Schedule your no-cost free tree health assessment today. A no-cost tree health assessment. WillowRiverCompany.com. That's WillowRiverCompany.com.
The Common Man.
He didn't do a ton of prep. He just goes, yeah, we'll figure it out. And there's just only X amount you can be taught. And then there's a guy.
Sure. Visit the KFAN booth in Carousel Park, presented by Mesh Besher and Spence. Catch live shows, shop new KFAN merch, and get a free original chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A with every purchase while supplies last. Details at KFAN.com/fair. See you starting this Thursday.
Kenna, were you a big Dolly Parton guy? I immensely enjoyed her work. I really did.
I didn't dislike her, but I didn't, I know working 9 to 5 and Islands in the Stream.
Islands, Kenny and Dolly, what a pair. That's a terrific song. She wrote, was it a bigger hit for Whitney Houston? I Will Always Love You, isn't that the name?
Well, that was a massive hit, yes.
But I mean, was it a bigger hit for Houston or was it a bigger hit for Dolly? But Dolly Parton wrote it. That's not a Whitney Houston song. I hope people understand that. Nothing against Whitney Houston, but that was Dolly Parton wrote that song and another song called Jolene, which was another big country and western. She wrote them in the same day, allegedly.
That's impressive.
I mean, some people don't write one hit in a lifetime, including me and you.
I don't know. Did you hear that Frank and Amelia song last week?
Yeah, that was really good. That's a hell of a cover. I really like what you did with it. There's no question about that. But to write not one but two songs that had the success that those did is it's quite the trick.
I'm guessing I Will Always Love You, the Whitney version, in terms of a song off a soundtrack, has to be one of the biggest of all time.
Could very well be. You'd have to look that up. I don't know.
Either that or the Celine Dion song from Titanic.
Her death was announced by her nephew, Brian Seaver, on Insta. He says, quote, I have imagined the heaviness of this moment, but haven't truly felt it until now. It's an honor that is mixed with absolute pride and great sadness. Oh, it says right here. So he said, she wrote two of the 20th century's greatest songs, Jolene and I Will Always Love You, in a single day. So I was right. I mean, not that I knew I was wrong. I'm not surprised. I'd read that many moons ago. It says her songwriting was characterized. I'm reading from a Guardian story. The Guardian. God. Parton's songwriting was characterized by its vivid storytelling, emotional acuity, and melodic strength. Sounds like the Tenor Fitzgerald. Vivid storytelling, emotional acuity, and melodic strength. All sung with stride and clarity. From an eventual catalog of hundreds of songs, she scored a record 25 U.S. country #1 singles. 25 U.S. country #1 singles and 47 albums in the country top 10. She crossed over into the pop charts with 9 to 5. Can you do your falsetto version
of 9 to 5?
Yes, dude.
Working 9 to 5.
Very good. She balanced her music career with acclaimed acting, twice earning Golden Globe nominations for her roles. And her Imagination Library literacy scheme donated more than 150 million books to kids. This was all done with considerable panache. You know what panache is, Tennaby?
Yeah, flair.
Flair, yes. Elon, not Elon Musk, but is it Elan or Elon? E-L-A-N. It's got the little mark over the E. Can you look up that word? Did I just make a word up? E-L-A-N. E-L-A-N. I think it's the same as panache. Well, Tennaby looks for that. These were all done with considerable panache, rhinestoned glamour, and towering.
Or Elan. Elon. Or Elan.
Okay.
Style, flair, dash.
Yes, panache. Towering hairdos with her immortal assertion regarding her appearance. It takes a lot of money to look cheap. The most quoted example of Parton's ready wit. Born in poverty in a one-room cabin in Tennessee, the fourth child to a mother who would have 12 children by the age of 35 and a father who was a farmer construction worker. One of her best-loved songs, Coat of Many Colors, was about her mother creating patchwork clothes. Parton's first guitar was cobbled together from a mandolin with bass guitar strings. Her first proper guitar was given to her aged 8 by her uncle. And she went from singing in church to appearing on local TV at age 10 to cutting her first record at age 13. That year, she appeared at the Grand Ole Opry, the Concert Hall in Nashville at the Center of Country Music, and her performance was introduced by, "Hello, everybody. I'm Johnny Cash." She would later say, "I've always believed things would go well, and I dreamed that they would even before I was in high school. I always wanted to be a star. It seemed natural to me." Graduated high school in 1964, moved to Nashville, started out as a songwriter rather than performer. The following year, she signed as an artist and initially molded as a pop singer without success. After she was allowed to switch to country, she scored back-to-back hits and released her debut album, "Hello, I'm Dolly Parton." In 1966, she married Carl Dean, who died in 2025, with the couple renewing their vows in 2016. 50 years together, Tenneby. 50 years. That's until death do us part. He died. They were married until death do us part. Beginning in 1967, a duet partnership with country singer and TV personality Porter Wagner. Hey, Porter. Hey, Porter. Helped her star continue to ascend, and she had her first country number one in 1971 with a song called Joshua, not to be confused with Jolene. Joshua and Jolene are both books in the Bible. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Joshua, Judges, Jolene. And that just goes on. I mean, it's one of those stories. If we read the whole thing, it would take us until tomorrow. It very long. And, you know, she was quite the philanthropist.
Yes.
She donated a lot of money to a lot of different causes. I mean, like millions and millions of dollars. So, Brian Oak, one half of Rock Talk, or 1/3. Tenneby, you're a part of Rock Talk. You're the one that puts together Rock Rank. Brian Oak, who's also known as the Grum Reaper, he will join us tomorrow at 1:15 here in studio. And my guess is he'll have he'll go even a little deeper than we had right here. Yeah. So she is Dolly Parton, dead at the age of 80. There's another story I saw here. Sports. Is your whole life just sports related? Let me see if I saved it into my my savables. I'm getting inundated with text messages from people that are saying Dolly Parton has died. So it's a story that's now really starting to break, and it's all over the country. So did you see over the weekend that the Harrison Butker, his name's Butker,
yes,
he kicked a 69-yard field goal, but it won't count in the record books. It's a National Football League game. How does that not count?
It's different.
Just because it's preseason? I mean, it's not like a scrimmage. It's not like a controlled scrimmage. Or it's not like practice. It's in a game. I don't know.
I will say, though, there is a difference between regular season and preseason game, right? There's not as much pressure on you. Like you're not going to care as much if you miss the kick. Maybe the other team, instead of having a 7-foot tall guy with long arms, might have their second or third teamer in.
Sure.
Which makes it easier to get the ball. So the pressure's different, so I don't mind having a separate record. But
you also don't like people tasting grapes at the grocery store before they buy. Here's another one. When I get to the pearly gates, I'd rather be labeled a grape napper than a goose-faced killer. Because that's what you are. You're a goose-faced killer. You chased a goose into traffic, and he died. Hope you're happy about that. Hope that
I chased it to the other side of the street.
Yeah.
And then it decided to try to come back to my side while traffic was happening.
Yeah.
And that did not go well for it.
Yeah.
Though I don't know if it was a murder, though. I don't know if it walked away. It wobbled away.
Yeah. It wobbled away. That's what it did. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back. There's plenty more nonstop nonsense, tomfoolery, and skullduggery to get to on the Common Man program on the Fan.
The Common Man.
It's the same damn thing every time.
It never lets you down.
Weekdays at noon on The Fan.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Thanks to you, we're helping teachers bring more opportunities, creativity, and learning into their classrooms every day. It's iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Keep listening as we recognize and reward inspiring educators. Learn more at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Should be a couple of 13-14 pastime common he's tend to be. The legendary one, Mark Rosen. He had to remind Nordo when Nordo introduced his daughters to Rosen. She said, "This is Mark Rosen. He had a 40-year television career." 50. As if the kids care. But he had a 50-year career in TV. And he's still on TV.
Yes, even though he retired from TV, he still has a job on TV.
You are correct. He also has a podcast. I don't think it has won an award like Brian Oakes has, the Brian Oak podcast. And Brian Oak will be with us tomorrow. But, the legendary one will join us.
Oh,
just before,
boy.
2 o'clock. You mentioned the State Fair. We'll be there the day after tomorrow. We're there Thursday. We have 7 shows, Thursday and Friday. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. So 7 days. And we have games, the games people play now every night and every day now. Special guests, nonstop nonsense, tomfoolery, and skullduggery. And we also will have our merchandise for sale. Have we done a merchandise reveal yet? Don't we do that?
We haven't yet. I mean, it's got to be happening tomorrow, I would assume.
Because leave it to the NFL to steal our thunder. They have their rivalry jersey released. They've been releasing some of those. Have you looked at them?
Yes.
Leave it to me to be Mr. Negative again, but I like the Viking one's just awful looking. The Lions one is awful. All of them are just awful. Why did they make... I don't mind the throwbacks, and I think a lot of the throwbacks that people hate, I love. I love the old Green Bay throwback. I just think that's the coolest looking thing ever, and I like the Steelers throwback.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like them. The Color Rush, the Lions kind of gray ones, those are just terrible. I would never want to see them wear those again.
I don't mind those.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the ones that are the Honolulu blue and black with the black helmet. Or no, it's the Honolulu blue helmet with the black line on it. Just sweet. But yeah, it's the first look at the NFL's new rivalries jerseys. And I guess they only wear these when they're playing a rival, right?
Yes.
Each of the 8 jerseys has a story. The new kits, they call them, I'm reading from an athletic story, will debut on the field as early as week 3. The jersey will also pair with a non-traditional helmet, including some new-look hats. Additionally, the 2 divisions that got rivalry jerseys last year will again wear them in one game this year. I didn't even know that they did that last year. I didn't. And they're just doing it at a division at the time. The National Football League, they know how to market. I don't think anybody can argue that. The Packers will reveal they will wear their rivalry jersey week 5 versus the Bears. Lions will wear their rivalry jersey week 8 versus the Vikings. And then the Vikings will wear their rivalry jersey week 15 versus the Lions, and then the Bears against the Packers on week 16. And says the Packers-Bears rivalry, arguably the league's most storied, with 213 all-time meetings, will feature a team wearing a non-traditional jersey in each game. That was entirely coincidental, according to NFL Chief Revenue Officer and Executive VP of Partnerships, Renee Anderson. She says the clubs came to us because they're so excited about the unis and the meaning of the uniforms and what they mean to the community. No, they're not. They want to sell more.
Yeah, they want to make more money.
Concourse and at Dick's Sporting Goods. Because
100%.
Because the hardcore fans love having those. And don't they cost like $200 or $300? $100?
Yes.
Dark gave me, Dark's the best. He gave me a Barry Sanders, what do they call authentic? What are they authentic jerseys?
Sure.
Real
yeah.
Size XXX. I mean, I know I was a little overweight, but I wore it to a Lions Vikings game. I still have the picture of it. Somebody took a picture of me. I don't know how I got a hold of it. Maybe Deuce went back a few rows. But I'm wearing the Lions Barry Sanders XXX jersey. And I've got my sister collects Halloween costumes, and I had a Lions mask on. And I'm looking out at the crowd with my hands held open like this, and nobody's looking at me. They're thinking, why is this guy I was the person that I generally hated.
Yes.
Why are you standing up? Nobody cares about you. Sit down. You're ruining the experience for the rest of us. And it even looks like there's an adult talking to a small child, probably saying, just ignore him. He's harmless. Don't make eye contact with him. And the best part of that, though, I think I've recanted this tale before. I had a Jared Allen jersey underneath. And when the Vikings scored, I took the Sanders jersey off. And the crowd, I got a big laugh. It was almost like flop, sweat, and tears. It was like the kind of laughs that Meat Sauce gets when he says, you ever go to Target to get a pair of athletic socks and come home with Home Alone 2 on Blu-ray DVD? I get that same kind of laugh. So, and then, so Deuce, he's come over to the dark side. He's a Lions fan. He went, Barry appeared. I guess this has got to be going on 4 or 5 years ago, 6, 7 maybe. He appeared at one of those, collectible shops, right? They got them all over malls everywhere, right? Where they have authentic this, authentic that. Sanders was appearing, signing stuff for a price. Guess that's how it works. I might start charging autographs at the state fair, which means I won't be signing any. But and then it was priced differently. Like if you scrawled it on the back of a napkin, it was X amount of dollars. But if you put it on like a collectible, like the Barry Sanders jersey was worth more. And I guess, truth be told, it's sort of like nil, name, image, and license, right? His name means something. The autograph means something. Hell, you wouldn't want it if it didn't mean anything. And then if you have an authentic Barry Sanders jersey, not one he wore, but you buy the ones that are the replicates, duplicates, triplicates, the ones that look like they're real NFL jerseys, and he signs it, you probably be able to sell that to a Lions fan, Rube, for pretty good penny, right? For pretty good money, maybe hundreds of dollars. So I guess Barry deserves to. Charge for, and he can do whatever he wants, right? You're a big collectible guy. Do you have
Not at all.
Nothing at all?
No.
Anything even personal?
It always actually makes me squirm a little bit when you have like adults that are in line with things for pro athletes to sign. I think I think it should be like for kids to get autographs, but
I tend to agree with you.
They're just trying to turn it around and make a profit off of, which is just kind of squirrely to me. Back to the jerseys though, the new Vikings rivalry jerseys. I saw them and I wasn't a fan. And I think how well they are being received when like the beat writers of the team, they refuse to like jump in and go, hey, these look great. Check out these new jerseys. All of them are just like, hey, new Rivalry jerseys. What do you guys think? Just like throwing it out to the listeners as opposed to giving an opinion themselves, because their opinion is the jerseys are terrible.
Do you think that it is, that their opinion is they're terrible?
Yeah, I think that's why they're trying to
gauge.
They're trying to. They don't want to come out and say, hey, the jerseys are awful with people that have to work and encounter all the time.
Oh yeah,
right. They got to.
That could be. I won't say it's false.
The only thing I like about them is like the Vikings font kind of looks like a boat, like a ship. I think that part looks cool.
Okay,
but they made the colors look like the Ravens purple. It's like a darker purple, which I'm not a fan of. And these little things on the arms.
What are those things on the arms?
There's almost like a stripe down the middle of the helmet now.
What are those things on the arms? I don't know.
I don't even know what they are. But I don't like it.
I don't.
And the Vikings usually, they usually hit home runs. Other than that one time remember when the NFL had like those collared looks on the jerseys, which was awful for a stretch.
Just terrible.
Other than that, like the Vikings usually hit home runs. Like the all white winter whiteout jerseys are cool.
Do you have any collectibles at all? I mean, like of your own? Do you have anything like, from any sporting, like did you ever?
Sporting wise, no.
Like, so you don't have anything from memories? What's wrong with you? Don't you want to have some memories from the past so you can look at them? Or do you the memories are just in your head?
I just don't really have anything other than Dark Star gave me a Brett Favre Wild jersey. I still have that.
You do?
It's a one of a kind.
He also gave me, I mentioned on the air that I wanted, it was a Negro, no, I know what it was. He got me a Negro Leagues jersey, but again, it was like size 4XX. I still have it somewhere in my house. I'll wear it to the fair because I think it's lively. It seems like you should be at the state fair with it. But remember when the Twins, remember those kind of blue uniforms they had, the dark blue?
Yeah. Oh, the dark blue?
Big baggy ones. I think they were in honor of the Negro Leagues, I think, because they were back those 1920s, 30s looking things, where they were big and baggy, like the way they used to have baseball uniforms. Just sweet. So Dark got me one of those. But I don't have a lot of collectibles. I've got, I've mentioned this. I do
have the back of a metronome chair.
I threw mine
somewhere.
away.
You threw it away?
Yeah. If I had the whole chair, would have been one thing, but just the back of it, what am I going to do with it? What I do have from the Metrodome, and I've recanted this tale, I still have it. It might even be here at the radio station, so maybe I took it home. I have those film canisters, back in the days before they had cell phones. I have that filled with dirt from the Metrodome mound immediately following Game 7, the greatest Game 7 in World Series history. I've got a canister of dirt. I stole it. Do you think I should be arrested? Nobody told me I could have that dirt. Tenna?
They're going to bring in new dirt for the next year anyway. So they're going to
bring in new grapes.
Going to go to waste.
They're going to bring in new grapes eventually. And then I have, you've seen my square piece of AstroTurf, right? From the Metrodome after they tore it up. And the piece I have is where Randall Cunningham took a knee in that 1998 championship game. So I have those, and I got an Al Kaline autographed baseball. Another keepsake, speaking of Dark Star, someone bought it at the Dark Star estate sale. I have it in my golf bag. I'm trying to find a like the right kind of you take your bag tag with a strap that you would attach your bag tag to your golf bag, right? Someone got it at the Dark Star estate sale. It's his from TPC Sawgrass. And the bag tag is basically square, but then it's got the little island green that comes out in the middle of the tag, and it says Dark Star on it. It was his. I also have a Dark Star golf club from the Dark Star collection. He had his own golf clubs made that say Dark Star on the club head, and then it's got a horseshoe, and then I think it's like four aces from cards, because it was poker and horse racing and Dark Star, the things he did, right? So I have that. And I had two of them. I don't even know where I got them. Again, somebody I think got them at the Dark Star estate sale after he passed away. And it was a 5-iron and a pitching wedge. I gave Meat Sauce the pitching wedge. He goes, I'm going to have this re-gripped and use it. I'm going to have it re-gripped and use it. I said, his hands touch that. That's what I said. You can't take the grip. He goes, you're right. You don't take that grip off.
No.
His hands touch that. And I kept the 5-iron. Why?
5-iron might as well be a pitchfork.
That's why I kept the 5-iron. And I still have it. These are things that are near and dear to my heart. I have the blue ribbon from the sack race, 6th grade. I have other keepsakes. I don't even call them, I guess, souvenirs. Are more like keepsakes. Things that are near and dear to your heart. Here's one, and maybe I'm a mama's boy. But when I was off on my radio travels in my 20s, from age like early 20s to about 30, I went town to town up and down the dial. My mom would periodically send me letters, handwritten. We didn't have email back then, updating me on what was happening.
Oh,
dearest Daniel. And then she would say, went for a walk today, went over and saw the grandkids, did this, did that. Your sister got fired from her job today. Your sister was involved in a road rage incident today. Things like that.
I always love that one.
So I kept every one of those letters. My mom has passed away. I have every one of them. Am I a mama's boy? I like them. I like to go back and read
it. It's okay to be a mama's boy.
Yeah, and then it tells me what was going on back in 1982. And then photographs and memories. It's a song by Jim Croce, who also did Taxi. He you have photographs, right? Those are keepsakes. You must have some of those, right?
I don't really have anything from when I was. Though I did when we got moved to a different desk now, I brought all my stuff home from my desk into a box, and so my Mark Rosen Sports Sunday video VHS is in there.
Okay.
Got the football from winning the Minnesota Vikings Children's Media
That's meaningful.
event.
That's
yeah,
meaningful.
that's very
that
meaningful.
means a lot to you, doesn't it? You don't have like old photographs from like 10, 20, 50, 30 years ago of family members or yourself or anything like you don't have any of that, huh?
No.
Do you have a heart or is it just a lump of coal in there?
I have a big heart.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I'm just asking. Just seems like those things don't mean much to you.
It's not that they don't mean stuff. I just don't have it.
You can always start. I can give you like my scorecard of the first time I broke a shot even par better. Would you like that? Would that mean anything to you?
That would mean very little to me.
See, I have that. I have the first. I also have the. I think it's.
I had the scorecard of the first time I beat Common.
Okay, so there you go.
I've got that.
So that means something to you. That's sad that means enough to you that you keep the
world's
scorecard.
greatest iron guy said he laughed when I said my goal is to beat you someday.
I didn't think you would either. I don't think you ever will again. You want to play? Me and you and Walls? We'll go at it. Yeah, I have keepsakes. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Oh, I have one when I got my very first hole-in-one, I have 4, by the way. Well, actually 7 if you count the 2 at Gulf Mountain at the Mall of America and the one at Lily Putt over in Coon Rapids. 7, but I have 4. In the very first one, I got one of those plaques, and there's a place to put that. There's a golf ball that I was showing it to baby brother Peter. I was showing him some of my golf keepsakes, some souvenirs I have. Just before we went back to our house, I go, he goes, is that the ball? I go, well, I think that was the golf ball. I got the whole. I don't know that for a fact. The other ones are. The only one I know for sure is the one I got. When you did the play-by-play, the one up in Minnesota National. I still have that golf ball. I don't know where the other
I
ones
always
are.
love that one.
It don't mean that much to me to mean that much to you is what I guess I'm trying to say. So, legendary one is waiting in the wings. He'll have some things to say for us. I watched part of the. That's a hell of a pregame show. It was Don Mitchell, Ron Johnson, Rosen. Who's the other cat's name? TV guy?
I can picture him. I don't remember his name.
There's 4 of them. And I would say, watch out, Terry, Howie. Jimmy, he retired, right? I think Jimmy's done.
Did he? He's done?
I think Jimmy might be done now. But watch out, because they were really good. And you'll see them again.
Let's just say they weren't sinking. They were sailing.
They were sailing, that's for sure. Unlike the Tanner Fitzgerald, which was sinking. But you know what? Not everybody can float your boat. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We're very excited. The legendary one, Mark Rosen, joins the Common Man program next on The Fan.
Mark Rosen joins the Common Man.
Oh, boy.
Next on The Fan.
From the 1-800-ASK